You know, that's the thing is that to become conscious yourself and then to help other people become more conscious, and then consciousness is starting to burgeon, and maybe generations from now this is just normal talk. But our education system right now, not to condemn it, but just the way that it is, the bell goes off and you do this, and the bell goes off and you do that, and it doesn't really encourage a lot of this kind of thinking. Montessori schools do. There are certain schools that do encourage this type of stuff. But just more and more, this is, mindfulness and meditation in schools. It's starting to happen. It's perhaps not happening at the speed that we want it to happen, but it is starting to be happening. That the value of what we're doing here, they're really seeing. Like you always see the stories of schools that instead of putting kids in detention, they're putting them in meditation, and it's helping them be much more peaceful, and they concentrate better and behave better. There are so many things. Humanity as a whole, okay, particularly in our part of the world. I can only speak about our part of the world. We don't ever talk about the mind. We don't ever think about the mind. Nobody has ever, told you, that what you eat affects your mind, what you drink affects your mind, that exercise affects your mind, the way you sleep affects your mind, the way your house is clean affects your mind. Like we're just not, the mind is not front and center. Here at the Peaceful Mind Center, the mind is front and center. Everything you do on that pyramid leads to one thing: peaceful mind realization. Okay? And so when you do those things, you know what I mean, and you realize that, first of all, your world is your mind, okay? And it's unique unto you. 7 billion humans in the world, 7 billion different worlds. This is where worlds intersect. We all live on the same world, but not in the same world, okay? And when you begin to realize that, you begin to realize how important practice is, and understanding how to create the causes and conditions for your mind to be peaceful, how to sit every day and meditate and literally, physically rewire your mind. This is what you need to do. It is a gradual practice that happens gradually over time, but hopefully in a short period of time, you understand what you are practicing, and you are practicing. Because that's where the magic happens. You come to satsang for understanding, and you have realizations on the cushion. And what you will realize, you can hear me say it 1,000,000 times, but it won't mean anything until you realize it. That your thoughts are not you, that thoughts are optional, that the world you live in, you can see so plainly that you and I, we don't live in the same world. You live in the world of your mind, I live in the world of my mind. And they're not the same. Why don't I worry? I don't live in the same world that you live in. And worry is not a part of my world. It's not a part of my mind. Because I've practiced that right out. I have great acceptance of what's happening. And I make no judgment of what's happening. It is so grandiose to think that I know better than the universe that created all of these things. How am I supposed to know what experiences people should have and they shouldn't have? Who am I to say that you should be having this experience and not that experience? It was the worst experiences in my life that made me wise. You take those away, and where would I be? I don't want to have them again.